Hey there, Jason with AMI Detail. So, it's been a year. With clean the 3 year. This is my son's car. Again, it does not get the attention it needs, so it's pretty cool that, I mean, just touching the handles, it still has a real nice slickness to it. Overall, you know, somewhat self-clean, but anyways, I figured it's a good point to do a wash here. So let me check and see if anyone's on the live. Oh, we'll see if anyone joins. Got the dual rail leaves, so kick both those on. Roll some hose length here. If you notice some shakiness, it's my bucket dolly is also my phone holder, so sorry about that. Hey there, Matt. See you on there. Got so Franco and I, we have this thing about the Pro V3s. They've got the thread, the smaller thread inside, so we like to utilize that. And then we also do the metering. So I got the aqua tip in there from the out of the Griot's garage. I just pop the whole ball off there and swap them here, so now you've got metering with basically the ultimate foaming head. Now, the cool part is talking with cars. You know, Rob's foam cannon also has that thread. I think the Rancovo has it also. It's one of those areas that I'm surprised people just don't actually utilize it that much. But we got V2 of the Detail Co hard wash. So you can see when that's in there, that's not going to quite reach the bottom since they went to the 32 ounce. But hey, there's plenty in there to reach. So the crazy part is, if you have it set at max, because I've done kind of the PIR testing, you know, with the total water output. Set at max, you're getting basically like a 4-to-1. So that works awesome on, you know, the wheels and everything. And then all you do is just dial it back, and I go down to about 3/4, and then that puts it more around that 10-to-1. So I can go ahead and foam the wheels and tires and stuff, wheel wells, dial it back, do all the paint, and, you know, don't have to swap bottles, don't have to mix anything different. Again, it's pretty handy. Okay, so quick connect. It's something I've been preaching for a while now, for like a year. But when you're a small channel, I don't know, people don't always listen. Some reason Josh V starts putting it on there and everyone's like, whoa, these are awesome. Yeah, they are. So it's great to see people doing that. So let's get that a little tighter. Son and daughter are up skating. Roller skating rink opened up, kind of seasonal. They don't have air conditioning, so they close down during the summer. So I don't have a whole lot of time, but enough time to do something. He's a new driver, so he doesn't understand. You need to keep your windows clean on the inside so you can actually see out. Okay, so now, just cranking that back to that 3/4. So that was one thing I did, was move this. When you first get it, it's like some weird angle, but you can take that knob off there. And so I orientate it to get somewhat of a line. Crazy part on this one is the O-ring is pretty big, so really there's no change that first quarter turn. So like when I go back, you know, a 3/4 turn, that's really what's changing that dilution. Usually I'm doing this around 3 a.m., so it's kind of unusual to do it at a decent time. So yeah, it's pretty easy to let everything kind of cool down. Yeah, the video the other day I did with Incredible Suds using that mixing head. It actually only used 44 ounces, and that was doing a foam rinse and then foaming again. So really almost right on target with what you would have used if you mixed it in dilution into the foam cannon. So nice part on this one, you can adjust the dial and get the foam the way you want it. And Incredible Suds, with it being so thick, you basically just had to have it at max. So, which again, not a bad thing. So yeah, that's definitely spoiled being, you know, inside. Foam just hangs around a lot longer. Don't have to fight the sun, the wind, rain, all that fun stuff. Cold. Does kind of suck with coatings though, because you can't let them freeze basically for that, you know, during that cure time. They want it to stay up, like I think over 50 degrees. So you could just, you know, I've got some areas I can park in the shop here, but then you're without a vehicle. So it's kind of not the best way. Hey, let me pull this in closer. Again, it's basically around that 4-to-1 out of the foam cannon for the wheels and tires. So that looks like it's doing pretty good with that. But yeah, this version 2 of the hard wash is, first time I really used it was this morning, and then right now, so it's kind of nice. Pulling that down. Look down here, and so lots of times you can get some really interesting colors coming out of there. You can see that wheel's got a little more, so I probably could have used BDE or something, hit it a little harder But again, it's we live on gravel road, so you can see how on the barrels that accumulates that gravel dust and gunk. Have ADS glass. Oh. Sorry. Back when we had 2 shifts, that would have been second shift. Going on lunch, but kind of nice without that. It's a little quieter. We got a Sonos speakers throughout our shop. It's a 65,000 square foot manufacturing facility, and so we play some usually classic rock or local rock station. Good one, Gary. That's our buzzer, which is funny. It sounds like the old school mechanical buzzer, but it's actually electronic. So that's just through a speaker. I got 2 PA horns that play it. Let's see here. So yeah, the dual Ryobis, I actually switched back to the 1800s, the higher pressure, lower flow. The dual automotive ones, you could get up over 3 gallons a minute, but I mean, talking 3 gallons a minute is like violent. I mean, it's like you're like fighting it with your wrist, and a lot of times I'd hold this, trying to hold the stupid thing down. I'm like, okay, why am I hurting myself when I can run 2.4 gallons a minute with the dual 1800s, and the price to set up a dual, and that is under the price of what an active 2.0 costs. So you're getting better performance and quieter actually than an active 2.3. And so I got a 6.5 nozzle on here, and I think that was around 800 psi, and then like I said, 2.4 gallons a minute. So the rinse off is just nuts when you start getting that higher GPM. So that's the one thing. I don't have a drain, so that gallons per minute definitely adds up in water, a lot of water. So it's kind of a mix of, do you put up with that or rinse off slower? But water-wise, you end up getting quite a bit of water with the other as well. So. looking at this, pull you in closer here. So you can see, you know, kind of spotty hydrophobics, but not, you know, kind of flat here. Not real, I mean, it's still got a nice slickness to it, but it's, again, like I said, it's been 1 year with the clean, the 3-year coating. So let's try, go with that. What do we got? Yum Reset. So Yum Reset. Now, do we do Yum Reset or do Detail Co? So I got the acid wash. Acid wash here too, so not sure which one. I think we'll just stick with Yum or stick with Detail Co. Since they were in that. Hey, I need my. There we go. Got one that just has water in it for rinsing when I swap from one bottle to another. So again, we'll just take the, sorry guys, trying to do this one-handed. We'll take that off there, drop it in here. Catch the phone. That works well for that part. Yeah, during the live, you don't get to edit out all the fun things that happen in the background. Okay. Now, go into the high pH, or sorry, low pH. And I'm going to do the same thing with this time I'm just going back half a turn. Not quite all the way, because if I remember right, the lower pH does not foam quite the same. Okay. Helps if you don't hit the side button. Let's see what this does. I'd say that foams rather nicely. And I like the scent on this one too. It's got a nice citrusy type scent. Okay. So with that, hang that up. Here's the other nice thing with that quick connect, you just basically grab the foam cannon and then you just hit that, and everyone's like, oh, it goes flying off. No, not really. It just disconnects and it's ready. So again, makes it pretty easy for one-handed use. Yeah, that lemon lime, you're right. It does have a real nice. So now we'll be ready for the final rinse after I'm going to figure out if I have a wash net handy. I think might take a while, but got a little wheel one. Let me run in the office here. Sorry to just drag you along everywhere. Doing some painting, so we got our dogs come to work every once in a while. But yeah, things kind of get spread all over when everyone does projects around here. So fun stuff. Okay. So grab the tri-fiber wash mitt or wash pad from and I guess this is a hybrid raw dog. So since there's foam on the car, but I don't have it in the bucket, anyways. So I'm gonna at least start on the glass, kind of soak some up. Again, really just looking to spread this around just to help with, let's see if it makes a difference on the hydrophobics. It sure has a nice slick feel, so. And not getting real low, just sticking with the paint mainly. Not trying to get all the trim and all that fun stuff. And at least save the, and can't quite reach the middle, but it's close. But yeah, the nice part is this clean has really stayed. My son's car usually looks pretty good without, much maintenance. It has self-cleaned pretty good over the last year. So kind of kicked myself for not trying thick a little sooner. Because up till the other day, that's the first time I've ever, I looked back on my receipts and had bought thick at, I think it was a BOGO, I think it was around Christmas time or something. And that's when I got the, buy one, get one. So I just need to actually get it on some vehicles. My uncle's car would be a good one. It had Nexen, kind of a sample pack, the graphene. That was a weird coating. So pretty soon everyone can stop cringing with what feels pretty good. Okay, try to get the top here a little better. So if all my son's friends starts making fun of him that he's got a mohawk, This car has a mohawk because his dad can't reach the center. Yeah, that'll be my fault. But okay. Hey, I see Franco joined. Here, we'll just use the glass. Let's see, let's squeeze it out on the glass. Is that, no one's cringing at that, right? There. Not bad. Oh, I wonder if I should have had gloves. I can feel the exfoliating happening. It's awesome. I love it. Okay, I'll put you back on the mount here. Okay, let's get some more water on the floor. I have to swim to the car. And even though it's a little short car, I'm a little short guy, so we're gonna have to get the extension on here. I haven't swapped that very quick connect yet, or the auto one, so should do that sometime. Okay, let's see. Changed hydrophobics a whole lot. Looks pretty similar still. I mean, not that it's bad, just still pretty flat. Take up half the vehicle and they don't rinse off that easy. extra hard on when it comes to coatings. I think that probably goes back to regular maintenance would probably be more beneficial to it to have, do something with it on a regular basis. But yeah, overall, like I say, it's brought back some, but up here on the top, I mean, again, it's got a nice, still really, really slick, but it's not, I would say that this one's, I think I'm about a year is about all I'm getting out of coatings. But I would rather get a year out of a $70 or $80 coating than something like C6 at $300. So, yeah, so I got some Dr. Beasley's, it's like a spray ceramic. Don't know what it is for sure, but they're LS10. I know Humberto, he's talked about that quite a bit, that something he's used in the past. But yeah, I mean, like I say, it's just not, the sides still have pretty decent hydrophobics, but these other panels are pretty flat. Now, the only thing that I did put Katiba on this whole thing at one point, and definitely I felt like that was a mistake because the coating was already doing an awesome job. Basically put that on there, it kind of ended up getting kind of stickier and seemed like contamination stuck to it more. So I think that one, like I say, it's not. Yeah, I think around the year. I think you're right, Jordan. That's about it. I think it seems like it has to do with your environment. So I don't think it's necessarily. I know that's someone was kind of talking about. They're talking about with those 4 coatings I'm doing on the Boxster, like which one's the best and everything. And it's like, well, it really depends on what you're looking for. It's not like it's, I don't think you can really say, well, I mean, you can say the technicalities. This one has the best because of this, this, and this, but like the LM Graphene Pro Luminous. I mean, that stuff is just super slick, but for me, those tight water beads are going to leave, that's going to end up being water spots. So, that's what I ran into with the C6 Hydro. So, yeah, I was really impressed with Dick. I was surprised that, I mean, it really looked similar to what I put on the Bronco Sport with the CCI. So yeah, I mean, actually a faster sheeting and kind of a hybrid looking, hydrophobic. So that was pretty cool. But anyways, gotta go pick kids up soon. So I'm gonna wrap this up. But hey, sure appreciate you guys joining. And again, just wanted to see what this looked like. Again, 1 year later, within 4 days. It was the 28th when I coated it, and sitting here today at the 24th. So not far off, but again, it's can't complain. It's been a great, the self-cleaning aspect, it usually looks nice. So, but hey, thanks for watching. So now I can finally go through and see who all's here, and see Alvin and cool. Have a good one.